Meet Da Crew Podcast. We are the change we desire to see in this world. If you won't change, you have to be the change. We are looking for 3 more hosts to join our team. If you have a message for the world and would like to be a part of the hottest new podcast and media network rocking the podcast world right now, join Da Crew Podcast and Media Network. Looking for a little exposure? Allow each TIA Enterprises the opportunity to share your brand around the world. We will work with you to develop a package that fits your budget. Contact AEA via email and schedule a consultation. Crewpodcast 2023@gmail.com. We are the change we desire to see.
Are you tired of the burden of past financial mistakes weighing you down? Look no further than BHG Credit Solutions, the industry leader in credit repair. We understand the challenges you face: charge-offs, late payments, bankruptcy, and those daunting student loans, but don't let them define your financial future. Here at BHG Credit Solutions, we've got your back. Our team of dedicated professionals specializes in turning credit adversity into opportunity. We'll work tirelessly to dispute inaccuracies, negotiate with creditors, and to develop personalized strategies tailored to your unique situation. Our proven track record speaks for itself. Countless satisfied clients have seen their credit scores soar.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of the Crew Podcast. Of course, I am the visionary of the Crew Podcast. My name is Angela Thomas Smith, affectionately known as the Queen of Collaborations across these social media streets. Tonight, I'm excited to be on tonight. I tell you, the excitement just to be able to come before you guys and to share it just does something to me. I get joy every time I get the opportunity to come before you guys and to just share with you guys. Tonight is very special to me, and I'm happy to have these 2 amazing queens that's sharing a platform with me tonight. Not only are they going to be sharing a platform with me tonight, but they are the co-authors to this amazing 31-day devotional that dropped on today, y'all. Bringing healing in the city and hills. If you guys did not get an opportunity to connect with the first book, I tell you, this one is a 31-day devotional, and it's just the 3 of us. We're sharing our perspective on domestic violence, trying to bring some light domestic violence and helping those to reclaim their lives after going through domestic violence. As you look at me, I am a 9-year survivor of being shot point blank range with a sawed-off shotgun. I should not be here, but it's God's grace and mercy that I am here and able to share my story. I often say I survived so that I can share my story to help somebody else not have to go through what I went through. So y'all know I'll get to talking and I'll get to going. So I'm going to move on out the way. I'm going to bring up these 2 amazing queens, going to allow them to introduce themselves, and then we're going to talk about our journey. We're going to talk about this book, what this book means to us, and then we want you guys to go over and support us on this journey. All you have to do is download this amazing Kindle version of the book, only $3.33. You get an opportunity to, for 31 days, you get to read the things that we've shared as we poured out scripture, short testimonies or lessons from the scripture that we share. And then we give y'all a prayer starter, something that would start you into prayer, because everybody don't know how to pray and everybody don't know how to start. So we want to give individuals an opportunity to start a prayer. So we share prayer starters and affirmations. But again, I am the queen, and if you would please share this in your circle of influence, because you never know what someone is in need of. And again, we are kicking off Domestic Violence Awareness Month. If you know someone that may be suffering in silence, don't just see. If you see something, y'all do something about it. Speak up and speak out. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up my two amazing co-authors and my guests for tonight. We have Lakeisha Trimm and Michelynn Moss. Y'all, welcome, 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 welcome. So
Hello.
I want Lakeisha, please, to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am author Lakeisha Trim. I am a motivational speaker. I am a mother, first and foremost, a mother of four and a grandmother of five. Um, Hi.
And Michelynn, if you would, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Michelynn Moss. I bring you greetings from Memphis, Tennessee, by way of New Jersey. I am a wife, a mother of three boys, and I have six grandchildren. And I am also a poet, an author. I'm a marriage officiant because I love love. And I also sell jewelry. And I'm also trying to start an organization for parents of um, children who lost their sight because my son recently lost his. So I'm still trying to navigate my way through what to do, resources, support groups, and just just resources that's out there for the parent as well as the children.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, I definitely may have some people that I can put you in contact with because I
Oh,
have
thank you.
co-authored some books with individuals that are either legally blind or they are totally blind, but they are not allowing their disabilities to keep them from doing the things that God has called them to. So we actually have a young lady that's in our poetry anthology, Shantae Reed. She is legally blind. Um, she does a lot. So I definitely want to put you in contact with her. And then there's another young lady that I would like to put you in contact with. So we definitely, that's what we do. That's what we
Well,
do.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
but tonight we're going to be touching on this topic of domestic violence as today kicks off Domestic Violence Awareness Month, bringing awareness to domestic violence. And when people think about domestic violence, oftentimes they just only think about the physical part of domestic violence, and then they
Mhm.
think that only females endure it. That is always done by a male, which is, I mean, just totally wrong. There are
Mhm.
men that have been abused, and then there are, oh my God, we used to say 5 to 6 types of domestic violence, but you think about it, you have physical, you have emotional,
Mental.
psychological, financial, mental, you have spiritual.
Mm-hmm,
you
mm-hmm.
you 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 just have so many types of abuse. People don't think that if people are holding their money from you, if your spouse is withholding money from you, that is financial
That's
abuse.
financial.
Yes,
And then
yes,
if somebody is forcing their religious beliefs on you or whatever
That's
it is,
spiritual.
that is spiritual abuse.
yes.
And there's all types of abuse that we endure. Me personally, I never thought that I would be someone that would be involved in domestic violence. I remember seeing that movie, The Burning Dead, and
Mm-hmm,
I remember saying that if that ain't happening to me, that's not
mm-hmm.
happening to me. I would hurt somebody before that happened to me, and here it is, 9 years ago. I was involved in domestic violence, and I tell people, don't ever say what you will and won't do or what you won't allow, because I'm telling you, I was in such a dark place in my life
Yeah,
to I didn't know if I was going or coming. So it's not about me allowing anybody. I was just in a dark place and I did not
Yep.
feel like I was worthy enough for anything or thought I was capable of anything, just going through. But
yes,
I thank God that He spared my life. He gave me a second chance. He gave me an opportunity to be able to impact lives, to be able to share. And that's what we're doing inside of this devotional. Um, I would like for you guys to share a little bit about what your journey has been like as a domestic violence survivor or advocate, whatever your role is as a person that has been involved with domestic violence. Miss Michelynn, we'll start with you.
Okay, mine started when I probably was maybe 16, 17 years old. And, I got, had a black guy telling me what I couldn't do. At first, I thought it was cute, being concerned of, I don't want you to be with this friend and I don't want you to go on this street. And, I hid it from my parents and certain friends knew about it. So I ended up getting pregnant and I married him, and I was only 19 years old. So during that time, it was physical abuse, it was sexual, abuse. And I mean, I got my door kicked in numerous times. I called the police, but I had a restraining order. I called the police, but he used to play football for PAL, which was the Police Athletic League. So they would come to my house and kind of ask him why did he do what he did and just leave him there. And so a friend of mine helped me to get away where I'm from New Jersey, so I was living in New Jersey at the time. And I ended up moving to New York and I basically left with a like book bag with me and my kids' clothes in it. So that was how I basically, got away from him. And then from that, I started having strength, and like you said, never say never, because I didn't grow up seeing my mother and father, fight with if whatever they did, I never saw it. So I didn't think that that would be me. And then I kept it a secret because I felt stupid. Or like people say, well, how could you let somebody do that? Or why can't you walk away? But my sons were 11 months apart and I left him before my second son turned one. So I just like developed strength all through God, trusted in him, and just went on about my business. But I still am in contact with him because of my son, the one that can't see. And we just had an incident a month ago in Georgia. Like, he doesn't put his hands or anything on me, but I just feel like he never did right by me and my kids. And I don't feel that he steps up to the plate for my son, but I'm not scared anymore, So and he knows that. But I just moved on with my life. I ended up moving to California from after New York, and I just found strength. I am remarried now, so I was with somebody that took me and my kids, and we've actually November's going to be 29 years, that we've been married. But it was hard because I just kept it a secret, and what I would do to encourage other women is, they say it takes you about 6, 7 times before you actually leave, but tell somebody. I was in a domestic violence shelter, before, from, just incidents that I was going through. I didn't go to work when I was supposed to because I had bruises and I lied, oh, I fell, or, I'm clumsy. I did different things. So I would just say, talk to somebody, reach out. Um, there's resources. Don't be afraid. Pray. Then you got to think your kids are seeing this as well. And I had all boys. I didn't want them to grow up thinking that this is the way that you would treat a woman, and like that, I definitely don't go for. So I'm just saying, it's like, have confidence in yourself. Know who you are, not what somebody told you you were, of what you're not, what you can't accomplish. You're never going to be anything. And I believed a lot of that stuff. And then just one day I just like, I just woke up, the cloud and the darkness was lifted, and I just was like, I'm not going to take this, anymore. And that's how I left and
Mhm.
survived and just started going on with my life. And I just trusted in God. And I have three granddaughters, and I have a fear that they would go through something like that, but I think I'll probably end up in jail if they do, because no, I don't want nobody better not put their hands, on them. But just being a survivor, like I read somewhere where it said, you're not a survivor, you're a thriver. So I choose to call myself that. And anything I could do for anybody, I kept my story a secret for years, 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 trying to protect him because he's my kid's father, and whatever. But that's over. I exposed him, and he always tried to act like I was the crazy one, or whatever. But I mean, I just had so many injuries, and who wants to be hit? But I'm like, I could take it, or I need to stay here for my kids. I don't have anywhere else to go, but that's the past. So it's like reach out, whoever tell someone, just tell someone, and you don't know where that'll lead you to or what they can do for you, and then just have the confidence to know that you're a child of God and you're beautifully and wonderfully made. And he knew who you were before you were in your mother's womb. And then just step out on, it with your gifts, your purpose, and just do what you got to do for you. But you got to stop it. Don't just think that there's no other life. Don't think you're the only one that's going through this, and don't think that you can't make it alone, without the person. So once I got away, I just never looked back. And like I said, I still have to see him and deal with him, and it kills me, but he knows that, like, them days is over and I'm not going for it anymore. I personally feel like now he act like he's scared of me, so
Yeah.
whatever, like do what you gotta do. But he just know, like, don't come with me to me with that nonsense, because I started fighting back, and then I had brothers and they were younger, and then my brothers was like, I was a little boy when you was doing this to my sister at that time, and you're not going to do it now. So I have a support system. I found strength within me through God, of course, and I'm here to just tell my story in any way that I could be a blessing. And if I just reach one person, that I want to reach more than that, because no woman should go through that. But if I could reach one and then she reaches someone else, then I know that I'm doing my job. So that's
Amen. Amen. Well, I thank you. I
thank you.
thank you for gathering the strength to move on and to press past, that
Mhm.
allow you to be here today. So thank you
Yes.
for just harnessing that strength that was already on the inside of us. See, we
Yeah.
allow so much to cloud our judgment and to keep us distracted that we forget that we have strength on the inside of us. I tell you, keep taking me back to Genesis 2:7, where he say he breathed that breath of life into us. So everything that we need is already on the inside of us. So I'm glad that you was able to press past. I'm glad that you was able to walk away, because I'm telling you, I had to gather the strength, because with me, I was foolish enough to go back. I was foolish enough to go back and try to work it out for the sake of a marriage and for the sake of a vow,
Mm-hmm. That part
and
too.
trying to, you know, yeah, that I was just that crazy and just that sick. But I tell you, I was able to gather that strength to walk away, and that's why I'm here today. So yes, I
Yeah.
can't stop telling it. I just got to tell it all, and I got to tell it to the world. So yes, Lakeisha, if you would please let the people know what your journey has been like, and what this means to you.
It means a whole lot of releasing.
Mm-hmm.
releasing, rejuvenating, reevaluating, all that. My first domestic violence issue was 13 years ago. I was married. I wasn't I didn't listen to the hype in the street about the way he was. I wanted to, see it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to the point where he shot at me, gave me a black eye, broke my nose, broke my finger, and he did all this in front of my kids. So it was like, okay, yeah, I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Work it out with him. It came to the point where it was so much bottled up in me that when he got hurt, I wanted to hurt him some more, because even when he was hurt, he still tried to put his hands on me, but I had the upper hand, so I put my hands on him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put it to the point where I left marks on him. I put it to the point where he knew I wasn't playing anymore. I got to the point where I called the police and the police came get him, but they let him out. Don't know why, but they let him out. And when they let him out, I let him back in. I did it more than 3 times until the last time. The last time was the last time, and I mean it was the last time. And he ended up going to jail in Louisiana because he did it to another female there, and she called me after she had called my phone threatening me and telling me, well, you left him, you did him this and you did him that, blah blah blah. And come to find out, he was lying to her. She called me to help him get put in jail from the police, because the police knew what he had did to me, because they had pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But I was dumbfounded to all of it because of love and because not knowing my self-worth. I left that relationship thinking that the next relationship was going to be different. But when you tell people what you've been through, they use that against you.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And it was used against me after I stopped being, as he said, obedient to him. Everybody used the Bible and say you're supposed to be submissive to your husband,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not supposed to be dumb and submissive towards your husband.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was doing. I was doing things out of the kindness of my heart, saying, hey, I want my marriage. I want my marriage. But then when my marriage went south, it was like 3 years into the marriage, you gonna tell me you don't want the marriage. But then I stayed a little bit longer. So when I stayed a little bit longer and I started getting into that mindset of, okay, it's whatever. Nothing didn't bother me. He did whatever he wanted to, but nothing didn't bother me. Silence triggered him to try me. And he tried me. Bust my head open. Bruises on my leg. Stumped my face. I had 12 staples, not stitches, 12 staples in my head. I was always told, don't tell what's going on in your household.
Mm-hmm.
So I was that quiet one, letting everybody do whatever they wanted to do to me. I found out after all of that I'm me. I'm better off being me, not being no one else, not living for no one else. When I decided that I was going to leave that marriage where it was, look at me now. The doors that has been opening for me, the way God has me walking, it's like I don't even look back at that to say, well, you know what, that was a downfall for me. No, that was a strength for me. It it showed me how much I can do. It showed me how much strength I had to keep going. I never gave up. I was depressed for a little while, but I never gave up. And a lot of people would tell you, oh, well, he go change and all this stuff like that. I'm not waiting for you to change. Once you put your hand on me, I give you a certain amount of time. But after that, I'm good. Because there's a lot of narcissists out there.
Yeah.
that'll tell you they're gonna change, they're not gonna touch you anymore and all this stuff like that, but yet still they still do it. Give them
Mm,
a little bit of time. They
mhm,
still do it. They turn around and they do it again. And I didn't allow that in my life anymore. So now with everything that has happened to me, I can speak about it. Before I couldn't speak about it. Now I'm speaking about it. And it brings joy to my heart to speak about it because I'm helping others when I'm helping myself to heal. And when people tell you, hey, why are you talking about the past? My past is my strength.
mm,
My past is my encouragement. I definitely don't look like what I've been through.
mhm,
I don't look like what I've been through. And I can tell somebody right now, just because you've been beat, you've been battered, you've been scorned, you've been sexually abused, financially abused, mentally abused, lean on God everlasting on. Lean on him. Because if you just in that room and you talk to him, he's gonna talk back to you. He's gonna talk back to you and tell you everything you need to know. And
yes.
I know it because I did. I did it. I didn't try it. I did it.
Mhm,
The song says try him and find out. I tried, I found out, and I still do it. So if you are going through any kind of domestic violence, any kind, speak up, call someone, text someone. If you're too scared to get out, text, get in the bathroom, text, go back and do what you're doing. You ain't got to let them see it, but get out, get help, get shelter, get protection for yourself because it can end up like some of these young girls around here, they getting killed because these guys want to be in control. Some guys getting killed because the females want to control them. Stop it. We have to stop somewhere. If you feel like talking, call me. My
mm,
name is Lakeisha Trim Green on Facebook. Reach out to me. I'm
mm,
not afraid to speak with you and I'm going to be really open with you. My life is an open book and I'm not afraid to share.
yes, Lord. Amen.
Muted myself. I'm sorry. I had muted myself. I'm sorry. I just want to thank you guys for your transparency and your willingness to share and to take on this project with me because originally when I wanted to do the project, I was originally going to cancel the project. Um, Lakeisha had inboxed me and she asked me when was everything due, and I told her, I said, you know what, I'm gonna push it back and I'm gonna release this book around my birthday. But God dealt with me, and He really dealt with me. I inboxed her back and I said, you know what? I said we're gonna do this book, and I said if you guys can do 7 days of devotion, we're gonna do this 31-day devotion. So we all have. I start the book off with 7 days of devotion. Michelynn, then you get 7 days with Lakeisha, and then I close out with the last 10 days. But you get to spend time with us as well as spend time with God and get to know you and understand you. And we provide scriptures, words of encouragement, prayers that hopefully will lift you up, encourage you if you are going through. How you can
Mm,
overcome. These are scriptures that we use to help us through whatever we was going through. One of my favorite scriptures, and I kept going back to this scripture because when God dropped this in my spirit in December of 2012, it was Jeremiah 29:11. And I questioned that scripture because it says that, for I know the plans that I have for you, and it's plans to to help you, not harm you. So when I get hit with domestic violence in 2014, I'm like, well, where is this plan to not harm me, but this plan to for me to have hope in the future and to prosper me. That thing kept ringing in my spirit. But then he also said he would never leave you nor forsake you. If we
Mhm.
make our bed in hell, he's going to be right there with us. But he never said he was going to stay there with us and we decide to stay. But he said he would be there with us. And that's when I went through that, I had to understand that, you know, what did I do to put myself in that situation? How did I allow myself to get here? Because I allowed myself to get to a dark place. What was this dark place? And it took me going through domestic violence and going through that situation to understand that this hadn't been the first time that I had dealt with domestic violence like you, Michelynn. I was in college. I was down there at Morris Brown College. I was dating a police officer, thought I was doing something. I thought I was just the hot stuff because here it was. I had me a police officer. Yet he was being abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
would pick me up on Fridays and I had a car. Huh. Yeah, I had a car. But he would pick me up on Fridays before I can even get to my room good in my dorm. He was already outside my dorm. How you know what room I'm in? How you even know I just walked in my room? Like how you know I'm here? It seemed like time I walk in my room, my phone would ring. And you know back then we had beepers. We ain't have cell phone back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had the line in the school up every Friday, and I would be at his house the whole weekend. This man would go to work, come home, and leave me in his house all
Mhm.
weekend long. That was what like he would be away from my friend, and I was cute at first until my friend
Mhm.
started telling me, why you don't come around no more? Why you always this? Why you always that? You don't look happy. I didn't know what that was because like a lot of us, we didn't experience domestic violence within our homes. I never, of course, my mom and my dad were separated, but I never saw any violence within my immediate family. I never saw domestic violence. So I didn't know what it was. And then I lost my mom. I was dealing with grief, going through grief and not knowing how to deal with it, not knowing what going on. So I built up all these different walls and all this different stuff, and it just began to cloud my better judgment. And that's how it slipped in. So when we get caught off guard, we let our guards down, and that's when this can slip in. And then it began to take control, and we don't know. We don't know. And then when we don't have those people in place that can help pull us out of those situations, and we just get deeper and deeper and deeper. But I thank God for individuals like yourselves that are willing to be transparent so that other people do not have to endure the things that we endured. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I told y'all I was not going to keep y'all long, because I know that y'all are some busy people and that y'all have other stuff going on. And I just wanted to appreciate you guys on tonight and just give those that are tuned in an opportunity to see is behind this amazing book that dropped on today. So y'all see who's behind this amazing book that dropped on today. Y'all can go over to Amazon. Of course, if you want an autograph, you have to reach out to one of these amazing ladies. Reach out to one of these amazing ladies and get you an autographed copy. Of course, you know that on Amazon it's listed for $20.23. But of course, if you reach out to these amazing ladies, you might get a discount. You never know what kind of special they may run. They may give you a discount. So I definitely want you to grab you an autographed copy. But tonight, if y'all would, go over to Amazon, download the e-copy, only $3.33. Y'all help us become number one best-selling authors. Not only are we bringing awareness to domestic violence, but we want to be the voice. We want to be that change that we desire to see in this world. And the only way that we can be that change is by doing the things that we're doing. See, we can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. So now we're doing new things and we're expecting a change. So y'all go over, support us on Amazon. The book is called Bringing Healing to the City in Heels, Reclaiming Our Lives After Domestic Violence. This is book 2 to that series. And I'm just excited about what God is doing through these amazing queens and giving us the opportunity to share our voice and giving us the opportunity to help bring someone else out or whatever they may be going through. Before I close, I'm going to give these amazing queens an opportunity to share how you can connect with them, how you can reach out to them, how you can support the things that they're doing. We're going to start with Miss Michelynn. If you would, please tell everybody how they can connect with you.
You can find me on Facebook. I have 2 pages, author Michelynn Moss or just Michelynn Moss. You can email me at mjgirl63@gmail.com. And I can't even remember my TikTok and all that, but that's where you can start. And I'll be more than willing to speak with you. Anything I could do to help share my experience, whatever, just reach out. I wish we had social media and I could have reached out to someone. So anytime, day or night, I'm here. Don't be afraid to reach out or I can give you my number if you do, but I'm just saying, like, it's something you don't have to go through alone, and we've experienced it. So just reach out. Michelynn Moss on Facebook and Instagram as well.
And I'm going to make sure once y'all we share these links after this live is over, as well, if they want to go over to the, I think it's a magazine blog. Well, I'm going to post it on both blogs, but I'm going to make it available on both blogs that if people want to reach out, they have your contact information. So it won't be no question about how they can connect with you guys. Okay. So Miss Lakeisha, how can we connect with you?
You all can connect with me at author Lakeisha Trim Green at gmail.com. Also, you can contact me at my counseling company, Moments Like This counseling service. Also, you can reach me at Lakeisha Trim Green on Facebook and Instagram. My TikTok is Kiki337. All that and then some. If you pull up my name, I'm the one and only Lakeisha Trim. So if you see Lakeisha Trim Green, you'll see my face. So I am the one and only. So just speak out. Speak out. That's all I ask y'all to do. This month right here and starting this day, it's a new day, a new month. And I'm asking everyone to lock in. Lock in on the path that God has you. But stand out also and speak out on everything that's going on with you so you can get some help. Thank you.
That's it. Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and sharing with me on tonight. I definitely want to thank you guys for being a part of this amazing anthology and sharing your perspective on domestic violence. I want to thank all those that are tuned in on the Crew Podcast on tonight. I thank you for your support. Please go out and grab your e-copy of the book. Again, if you want a autograph copy, make sure you reach out to one of these amazing queens and they can autograph it and get it in the mail for you. I love you guys. I thank you for all your support. And yes, please make sure that you tune in next time. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
Good night.